Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
You won't leave me alone, like for real though.
I'm just asking a question.
Asking ignorant questions like, oh, do they know what hospital it is? All that took for me to say is, yes, my mother knows what hospital it is, and now you want to say, no, I want you to tell me what hospital it is. No, I'm not obligated. I'm not obligated to tell you nothing.
Okay, I'm just asking a question. Okay, you're right. I'm asking you what hospital is it.
Read it. Freedom of speech.
Get off the phone. Shut up. Get off the
All
phone.
right, here you go.
Get off the phone. Let's go.
Here you go.
Come on. Let's go.
What do you mean?
I was just trying to be nice with you.
No, no.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, tell my father you sent me, dog.
Bro.
Guys, wrong here. Oh, you fucking crazy. Tell me.
Get down. Get down. Get down.
Son, you told me my face.
Hey, just get down.
Give me your fucking hands.
Give me your hand.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Just give me your hand. Give him the hand. Yeah, cuffs. Yeah. Okay.
I'm talking about, dog. You put me in my face 4 times, dog.
Yeah, I'm thinking get you some more.
They touch you.
Get the other hand.
Oh,
Give me the other hand. All we asking is the other hand. Give me it.
It's funny, dog. Oh, yeah, I heard somebody recording this. You stole me my face for no reason, dog.
Yeah.
I'm suing y'all niggas. We were having a verbal conversation. We were saying a verbal.
Why are you here?
Look, get on my face, dog. Dog, get off my face. I'm getting it right. Dog, just came to the hospital, dog. Get off me. Stop.
Hey, tighten it.
Get off of me, man.
Hey, he's bleeding.
What
Watch
are y'all
out.
doing, dog? Get off of me. Hey, dog, I swear to God, man.
Hey, watch out.
I'm suing against you, dog. You hit me 4 times in my face for no reason.
Body cam of cop beating innocent man so disturbing, he was actually charged. A Fort Worth police officer has been arrested on multiple charges after he was caught on video punching an innocent man in the face and having his fellow officer jump in to continue the beating. By Matt Agarist, March 25, 2018. Fort Worth, Texas. The body camera video showing a Fort Worth police officer viciously attack and then falsely arrest an innocent man has just been released. However, many are now asking why it took more than a year to indict this cop, knowing that investigators had video evidence of the attack the entire time. The victim in this incident was then 20-year-old Henry Newson, who'd just been released from the hospital. As he was waiting for his mom to come pick him up, Officer John Preston Romer, 38, who was working as security at the hospital, walked up to Newson and began to attack him for no reason. The subsequent attack led to a lawsuit by Newson and a criminal investigation into Romer. In spite of the incident happening in 2016, the body camera footage was only just released this week after Romer was indicted. Romer, who is still collecting a paycheck as a police officer, was indicted last week on charges of official oppression, aggravated perjury, and making a false report to a police officer in connection with the incident. As the Star-Telegram reports, Newson, who according to his lawsuit had just spent 2 days in the hospital for an illness and was waiting for a ride home, was charged with resisting arrest and criminal trespass, but those were dismissed in March 2017 at prosecutorial discretion. The video shows Romer putting Newson in a headlock and taking him to the ground. Then Romer and 2 other men named in the lawsuit as hospital security guards, Jeremy Flores and Jonathan Walterbach, appear to pile on top of Newson and punch, kick, and handcuff him. Surveillance video obtained by Newson's attorney shows Newson borrowing someone's phone to call his mother when hospital security approaches him. "I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing," a security guard said. "They're picking me up from here," Newson explained at one point. "I have nowhere to go." At no time does Newson ever pose a threat to anyone around him. However, as the conversation escalates, Romer comes in for the kill. Newson refers to Romer as bro and the officer then punches him in the jaw and takes him down. Remarkably enough, Newson never fought back and instead tried to show this to the officers, but they did not help. The officers knew why he was there, he complied with everything they asked him to do, and they still beat him up, his attorney, Matthew Bobo, said. This was a young African American kid with no criminal history, no criminal record, said Bobo. He'd been in the hospital for 2 days and he was waiting for his mom to come pick him up. News on's arrest and beating have since sparked protest among anti-police brutality activists in the community. Michael Bell, pastor of Greater St. Stephen First Church and spokesman for the Tarrant County Local Organizing Committee, asked during a news conference last week why Romer, who Bell noted fatally shot a black man during a traffic stop in front of 3 of his children in 2011, has not been fired, according to the Telegram. Why was a police officer who has used deadly force been allowed to remain on the streets until the day of his indictment? Bell said. Who made the decision to not hold Romer accountable for his actions once they were uncovered? According to the Telegram, the victim in the 2011 shooting death was 32-year-old handicapped father Carroll Rara Thomas. Thomas did not follow police orders to exit his vehicle and drove off with Romer's arm trapped in a window. Thomas continued to drive, dragging Romer along until Romer pulled himself onto a running board and fatally shot him in front of 3 of Thomas's children. That death became a source of friction between police and the black community. Because his department never held him accountable for the shooting death of an unarmed handicapped father, this problem cop was allowed to go on brutalizing innocent people. And now, if history is any indicator, and judging from the fact that he has yet to even be suspended after the arrest, shows that he will likely continue this oppression.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon or $5 a month on Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.